Welcome back to another edition of the Average Guy's Guide to Life podcast. I'm your host, Error the Difference. How you doing? Good? Good. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be real blunt. Okay? Having a podcast as a not already established famous person. You hear those sirens in the background? Well, somebody must have died. The fuck? Can't you see I'm doing something here? Can you wait to die? Damn. You can't wait fucking 30 seconds to die? Gotta die on my time? Anyway. I'm gonna be honest. Having a podcast as a not already established famous person is probably not the best idea. And I'm not saying that I'm full of bright ideas, but famous people, they have the easier route, right? Athletes or actors, comedians, sports personalities, people with recognizable faces and names. Those are going to be the people that have the right off the bat successful podcast experiences. Me as a virtual unknown entity, some random fucking guy talking on the internet for an hour, it's going to be a slow burn. I'm prepared for that. And for my people that are going to be with me throughout this journey and who's going to be in it for the long haul with me, I appreciate you and I love you and I want to spoon with you. No little spoon shit though. Big spoon only. You don't give a fuck how big you think you is. You could be 6'7". You little spooning it up, bro. You little spooning it up. Anyway, I love to entertain people. I love to spread joy and laughter and thought and logic and ideas. I like to do that. I believe that's what I've been put on this earth to do. And I think if you're a like-minded individual and you feel like you've been put on this earth to entertain or create or do something outside of the normal constructs of society, I say do that shit. Even if you are someone who feels like you should be doing something that fits into the normal cabinet of society, I think you should do that too. Do whatever the fuck you feel like you should be doing. And you know when it's right. Like you could feel it. You feel it. You finally put your square peg in a square slot. It fits. That can be playing the guitar, or that can be working in human resources. Whatever the fuck it is, do that shit. Don't ever let anything stop you. And you can't get in your own way either. You have to step back, take a seat, evaluate, self-criticize, make decisions without harming yourself. And there's going to be setbacks, but you always have to have the goal in mind that you're doing something that's going to make you happy, right? So that's why I'm doing this. Not only because I think it's one of my callings, bringing joys and laughters to ears, but also because I like to entertain you guys. And I'm coming from someone who's not in that celebrity bubble, right? The Average Guy's Guide to Life is not just a name. It really is how I live most of the time. And I think I have a unique perspective to where a lot of average people everyday people aren't represented well in media. The things that you consume. Think about it. How many people can you actually relate with that are telling these stories? Like, I know that they're interesting and it's probably some shit that you wouldn't think you've heard before. And of course, everything has a lane and everything has its place. But when you boil it down, you only, well, not only, most people generally see themselves in the things that they consume. You see a bit of yourself in that character in the movie that you love so much. You see yourself in that role. And that's part of the genius of it. But at the end of the day, that's a very famous actor getting paid a very large sum of money to play this role that's going to connect with that demographic and that audience. And it just happens to be you and millions of other people. Right? Me, I am that guy who you see in life passing you by that lives the exact same life that you do, goes about his business the same way that you do, but it's not a portrayal of something. It is genuine. Sorry to get really heavy, but I'm in a fucking heavy mood today. Heavy. I'm about to drop a ton of knowledge on your heads, and it might just be nonsensical. Here's the thing though, especially guys, average guys, we aren't portrayed correctly, especially in commercials. You ever see this shit? Think about it. Think about all the guys that you see if in commercials, if you even watch commercials, or if you're watching a YouTube video and you can't fucking skip it, so you have to watch that 15 seconds of shit. Think about the men that are portrayed on these adverts. What the fuck do they look like, right? First of all, they try to pass off these supermodel looking fucks as average people, and you know you can't. You see it, and you know that they're advertising a product. We're not dumb. We're not children. We get it. You gotta have pretty faces, pretty people, pretty bodies, all that shit to sell your fucking dish soap or something. But other than that, other than the obvious model placements, what are the real average guys you see doing in these advertisements? They're either experiencing erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, hair loss, out of shape, fat fucks, beer commercials, Buffalo Wild Wings commercials, or they're doing something utterly stupid or ridiculous, like they'll show some fat guy twerking. I've never seen a fat guy twerk in my life, like in person. I've never seen this. Where is this? Who are these average people that you're trying to portray? So you're telling me the average American male is an overweight, alcoholic, balding guy that can't get his dick hard with man tits. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right, but that's not my experience. There's a wide variety of us out there. Wide variety of us, blue collar, white collar guys, whatever fucking background you're from, where that's not our life. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. I got all my hair. I ain't got man tits. My dick sure as fuck worked last time I checked. Haven't had to use it in a while. So I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it still works. Like I'm about 89% sure it still works. We'll see when that time comes. And maybe I'll be in one of those fucking ED commercials, you know, or ordering from Hims or whatever the fuck. Anyway, sorry to get really heavy on you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Can you forgive me? Thank you. You're the best. You're just the best. So I'm recording this on Wednesday, January, what is it? 15th? January 15th, 2020. And we're about to be in the middle of tax season. Well, we are in tax season. Everybody's standing on their porch or looking out their fucking windows waiting for those W-2 docs to hit their mailboxes. Me, not so much. Me, not so much. I am a young male with no children. So I'm pretty much getting fucked. I have no itemized deductions either. I'm not getting shit. I'm not getting shit. You know? According to what I get, I'm barely getting a quarter of what my rent costs back in taxes. I'm only getting about 1/8 of what they actually took throughout the entire year. So according to the government, the United States government, I don't matter. And if you're like me, male or female, you don't matter. You ain't shit. Go have a kid. You know? Go have a kid irresponsibly too. Do that. Like most other people do. I know this guy, and I'm not going to say his name. But I know this guy who I've known for a decade or more. And just about, I'm going to say 4 years ago, he had no children. None. No children. Now, 4 years later, he has 5. How the fuck he did that? I am not entirely sure. But I saw a picture on Facebook where he said, you know, I heart my family or some shit. I'm like, family? Where the fuck did this come from? Your family? What? You got a family? Did I miss something here? And now I'm starting to put the pieces together here. He did it for the fucking tax money. He probably didn't though. God bless him. I'm pretty sure he didn't. He looks happy. I'm happy for him. Also kind of envious, man. Also kind of envious. Having your own little corner of the world with your little people that you created. Think about how crazy that shit is. You can create little humans. You know, they're just swimming around in your body right now, ready to go live inside someone else's body until they come out of it. What the fuck is that? Everybody likes to think that, you know, aliens exist. Maybe we're the fucking aliens. Maybe we came to this planet and inhabited it. You ever think about that? Think about it. You got billions of little things crawling around inside of you, and the woman has a nest, basically, of just inside of her, ready to catch those little things that come out of you to grow something bigger that's going to come out of her. And then it's going to get bigger. And it's going to learn just from living. What the fuck is that? That's an alien. That's a fucking alien. See, we just don't look weird to each other. But you ever wonder what the fuck we look like to a dog? What the fuck do you think a dog think we look like? Just a big, standing up straight, hairless dog. You know? We're the fucking aliens, people. But you gotta love people. That's the thing. You gotta love every person. If you don't, something's wrong with you. Like, your default response to humanity as a whole, every person on earth should be loved. Whether you know them personally, you've met them or not, your default reaction to your fellow man should be love. Unless you've gotten to know them and they suck. That's understandable. There's a lot of suck people out there. There's a lot of suck people. But if they don't suck, and you haven't met them, or you've only heard stories about them, or you've only read stories about them, and you haven't met them in person to verify, your default response should be love. Positive energy. Optimism, folks. Which is why I truly don't understand racism or sexism. I truly don't get it. I don't understand it. You know? Like, for example, take something that happened several years ago when one of America's treasures, Mr. Robert Downey Jr., played a character in this movie Tropic Thunder, where he had blackface. And I was listening to this earlier on the JRE, and it really resonated with me, because you can't do that nowadays. And this is coming from a black person. I enjoyed that movie. His portrayal of a black person wasn't offensive to me, and the plot of the movie assisted with the ridiculousness of it all. But if you were to do that nowadays, it would be out, like, you would be canceled, right? You'd be fucking canceled. And that's stupid. Like, that's not racism. That's not racism. Especially if you understand the way that story was constructed. Racism is when, and a lot of it nowadays is like so under the table racism, you know? That smile in your face, go home and call you all sorts of niggers when they're with their family. Like, you wouldn't believe what this nigger said to me. I'm pretty sure one of my ex-managers used to be that way. That's racism, you know? Racism is not allowing someone to operate on the same plane as a human being as you, or taking issue with someone operating with the same freedoms that you have, your birthrights, you know? Racism is not allowing someone to work somewhere with a position, not thinking someone should date someone because of their race or the pigment of their fucking flesh, you know? Not allowing someone to go somewhere, or not wanting someone to be in a certain location because you don't think they should be there. That's racism. That's racism. And a lot of that is so hidden in the shadows nowadays, for the most part, outside of the openly KKK and the, what the fuck is that, white nationalist shit. Outside of that, that's a very small percentage of people. But you know racism still exists. Racism still exists. You know it does. I know this young lady who is of Italian and Irish descent. She's a sweetheart. A little crazy. Italian and Irish. You know, a little crazy. But she's a sweetheart. And her dad has money. Her dad owns a car lot. And her dad, you know, on the surface would come off as a nice guy, like a nice, respectful guy. But behind closed doors, he disowned his daughter because she was dating a black man. Not me. But she was dating a black man and he disowned her. That's racism. You know? And it's sickening. It's sickening. And black people can be racist too. What the fuck? I hate all that shit that people say, if you're a minority, you can't be racist. Get the fuck out of here. Like, there's a difference between saying things in jest and being playful in a South Park kind of way where you make fun of everything across the board, like I do, but it's all done with good intentions and all for fun. There's a difference between that and being hateful towards another race. I know so many of, my black brothers and sisters that are so hateful towards white people. And I get it. Like, I understand. But is it logical? No. The people that set up this system for us to fail died years ago. Some of their descendants are still racist, yes. But is it fair to make a blanket assumption that all white people are racist? No, that's stupid as fuck. Some of these progressive leftists try so hard to be on our side, they start to hate white people themselves. They white and they hate that they white. So, I think fucking Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, a lot of Puerto Ricans don't like Mexican people. Think about how stupid that shit is. Every fucking race can be racist. Every race. And it's all dumb. It's all fucking dumb. Because at the end of the day, if I shoot you in the head, you dead. Like, you're gonna die. Doesn't matter what color you are, you're dead. That was probably a bad example and a bit morbid. But that's what came to my head. Take with that information what you want. But you know what I mean. We all got 10 toes and 10 fingers unless, you were born with some sort of deformity. We all breathe air. We all put our fucking pants legs on one at a time. Unless you're wearing a dress that day. Male or female. Just approach everything with love, folks. Everything should be approached with love. And that goes for gender equality too. Like, I don't understand men that hate women and women that hate men. Sometimes I admittedly do feel like we're two different species. It's very hard to understand one another at times. There's some curious behavior on both sides at times. But should we hate one another? Hell no. We should be trying to understand one another. We should be trying to better understand one another. It'll probably never happen. It's like an ongoing fucking jigsaw puzzle. It's like in a Rubik's Cube with like 24 different colors that you're trying to get them all to match. So, like, you got to be a fucking genius to fully understand the opposite gender. It's not going to happen. We can only understand each other the best that we can, especially with so much individuality out there. If you're not a fucking clone or sheep, that is. But so much individuality out there. And so many varieties of different people. Between the genders, it's like a very minuscule chance that we have to understand each other. That we have to just basically be similar. So, for example, right? There's a lot of women that say they don't need a man. And they're straight women. Or that's always bashing men, right? White men too. That white male privilege shit, right? And some white men ain't born with privilege. I see them. They bums. They crusty, they nasty too. They could be white fucking crackheads. They just ain't on crack. They on opioids. You know? Bath salts or some shit. But I see them, they can get crusty too. I've seen a lot of crusty white men. But anyway, there's a group of women that will say that they don't need no man, right? And just fed up with all men on the planet because they've had their experiences with particular men. So they use that as a blanket judgment for all men. When how fucking fair is that? You know? Think about how many opportunities someone can miss with that mindset. You might have someone close to you, either in vicinity or in relation, not relation like family, but, you know, someone close who could be everything that you ever wanted, but you're closed off to the idea of accepting a man in your life and admitting that you want a man. You don't take the time to first heal yourself and then understand a man and then understand that particular man because of the individuality that I spoke about earlier. And the same goes for men about women, except for men don't say they don't need women. Their big thing is, I only want to use women. And they will glorify and portray that. I'm going to use you for sex. I'm going to use you for money. I'm going to use you for a residence. When it should be, we should be trying to understand the other one. But this is all on the surface, right? This is all surface level, borderline obvious shit. At least to me. This is just the default, what a normal person should fucking think. To me. But that's without all the variables of what type of person that is. Like, excuse me. If you're a shit person, you're just going to be a shit person. Period. So there is no trying to understand a shit person. So I get that. I get that. Male or female, you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. But without that being there, with what I said earlier, just approach everything and everyone with love and allow them to either show you that they suck or they don't. You know? Just be more understanding. And I gotta do the same thing myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like a bunch of motherfuckers. You know? Bitches, niggas, bitches, hoes, fellas. You know? I don't like a bunch of oh, here come this fucking train again. Are you fucking kidding me? I said this a few podcasts ago. That train is 3 blocks away. Can you hear that shit? I swear, I hope no tornado comes through the Midwest. I hope. This fucking house would go up in a second. It's like it's made out of fucking foam. Anyway, just be positive, people. Be positive, be understanding. You know, I'm trying my hardest to do that too. I approach everything with love, but some people just fucking irritating, man. Just some weird fucks. Just some really weird people out there. You know? So, distance yourself from the weirdos. And don't let them ruin your fucking peace. Know what I mean? Anyway. Advice for the week. I'm kinda late. So you got a couple days to do this. So make it fucking quick. Goal for the week, I should say. Goal for the week. Let's see. What should be? Oh, yeah. Still focusing on the New Year's resolution thing. Save some fucking money, bruh. Or guh. Save some money. Put some away. You know, whether it be, $50, $500. Try to be more financially literate. So that's my goal for the week. I know a lot of people get paid on the Friday. So don't spend it all in one place. I was speaking on the tax returns earlier. Don't spend that in one fucking place either. You know, be smart with your dividends. Be smart. Have a plan and save some of that fucking money. So that's my goal for the week. Moving on, before I wrap this thing up, the last thing I want to talk about, and I woke up with this on my mind today. Woke up at 5 a.m. with this weird ass thought. And I don't know why. This is how my brain works sometimes. I have the wheels are always turning, even if they're rusty. They're still fucking turning all the time. And I woke up like, what the fuck is a meme? We as a society just accepted this meme culture. First of all, can we all acknowledge here? Can we all acknowledge that shit don't spell meme? I'm sorry. That shit does not spell meme. We've accepted that we're gonna pronounce this word incorrectly. We've accepted this. Like, damn, sirens, what the fuck? Train sirens and fucking everybody dying and getting on the train. Shit, get the fuck out my podcast, bitch. Anyway, sorry about that. We've accepted that we're gonna pronounce this word wrong. Like everybody around the world. The word is MEMES. What the fuck does that spell? That spell memes. Memes. And I remember when they first came out years back, that's what people who didn't see the word before called it. It's like, what is that? Oh, it's one of the memes. That's what the fuck it spells. It is like, who decided that spells memes? Dumb shit. But it's taken over culture. It's taken over society. It really has. And I'm baffled. This is where I'm going to need my listeners' help again. I'm baffled because I can't decide whether it's lazy, easy, or ingenious. I can't decide. Like, a part of me wants to say that, okay, it could possibly be ingenious because memes are basically moving social media now. They're moving social media. So whoever thought of the concept of the meme was almost like a genius. It's like a market for memes now. But then the other side of me is like, if they're a genius, then they might possibly be an evil genius. Because now, since there's such a market for fucking memes, they got you doing exactly what they want you to do. Looking at your phones, trying to find and share the most memes, the funniest memes, the deepest and wokest memes, so you can get those juicy likes that you love so much. Those juicy likes and hearts and laughs that you love so much. So I'm not sure. What side of the fence that, I don't know. You guys, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. What side of the fence do you sit on? with these memes? You know? Are they easy and lazy? Am I overthinking it? Is it just a happy-go-lucky thing to do on social media anymore? Instead of sharing independent thought, you share someone else's thought in picture form with words on it? Hmm. Let me know. All right, guys. That's where I'm going to end the pod for the day. It's kind of heavy. Kind of not. Hopefully you learned something. If you didn't, whatever. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck your mother. Go fuck your brother. Go fuck your family. Just don't fuck no babies. Because that makes you sick. Okay? That guy didn't kill himself, by the way. Whatever his fucking name was. Anyway, remember to go. See you in a couple days. Peace out.